Fellas, do you want to know why women like alpha males? Ladies, do you want to learn how to hook up with alpha males? Well, you've come to the right podcast tonight.
Here's the sad reality, guys. Most females rather be with a cheating alpha male rather than be stuck with a loyal, faithful beta male. And that is the sad truth.
You know what's funny about that? When people say that, it's like women would rather have a cheating alpha male than a loyal, faithful beta male. But it's like they completely leave out the concept of like a loyal alpha male or a cheating beta male. You know, they just kind of put the two in one category. Like if you want an alpha male, he's going to fuck your sister. You got to deal with it. An alpha male will fuck all of your friends. And if you're an alpha male, like, if you're as alpha as lift before you think, he will fuck your brother too. But, you know, that's kind of, you know, a whole different subject. But, you know, it's just funny how the manosphere kind of goes into these details. But what is, so what if an alpha male has a wife that's a good wife and they have a kid and the son's going to be an alpha male? He's going to be a, you know, what do you call it? Like all-star high school football player, a D1 college football player, maybe make it to the NFL. And it's like the only thing this guy needs to be a superstar football player and make millions of dollars as an adult is he needs his parents to have a fucking good relationship and not divorce and not have this like weird, constantly cheating, open relationship, giving him a crazy, unstable life. He just needs a happy mom and dad that will take care of him, a two-parent household. And then it's like, no, that's beta. Only beta males do that. You know, a real alpha male will let his son grow up to be a drug dealer.
Most of these females today rather be stuck, rather be dating, I should say, a cheating, lying, abusive alpha male rather than a faithful, loyal beta provisioner, right?
Fuck those beta provisioners. Women want a man that will slap them around, cheat on them. I will say, though, a lot of women do want that. You know, he's not really wrong about that. It's not that they want it. It's just that they don't know any better because, like, let's say she's got another dude talking to her and she's with an abusive man. The abusive man will beat the shit out of her later on and be like, what were you doing talking to that guy? Making him think he has a chance. You're embarrassing me. Why do you always make me angry? Why do you always make me hit you? You know, and she will grow to think that's like what love is. Like if a man loves her, he's so possessive and controlling that he beats her. You know, and then if she becomes accustomed to that being the norm, and she gets with a dude that's just like normal, and it's like, I'm not really too jealous. It's just that he's a person, you're a person, and you were talking. Then she'll think that, you know, you just don't even love her.
And when I say that most females, I'm talking about damaged females, okay? And a chick doesn't have to be over 30.
So yeah, he did clear that up. So me and him are agreeing so far on pretty much everything. It's just he's kind of being a little bit flamboyant.
To be damaged, because I've seen plenty of girls in their late teens, their 20s, late 20s, mid 20s, you name it, choosing the cheating alpha male, the bad boy, the jerk, the dickhead, over the loyal beta provisioner that she knows will be a good match for her, knows will be a good guy, the guy who has a good job, a good future, the guy who's going to school, the guy who's getting good grades, right? She doesn't want to be with that guy. That guy's boring to her.
Why do they always attribute good features and accomplishments as beta male traits? Like having a good job is a beta male trait. Having, you know, being being intelligent and not being reckless is a beta male trait. So like it's alpha as fuck to like not get the job. So if you're like applying for a job and you go in for an interview and you get the job, does that make you less alpha? You know, like just sometimes these concepts are a little bit goofy. I don't know if he copies everybody else. And when I was on Playing with Fire stream, I was thinking, and he kind of asked me about what I thought about most dating coaches and pickup artists. And I said, I think most of it's BS. And then I had said that I thought 33 Secrets kind of copied other people's stuff. 33 Secrets reached out to me afterwards, and we talked, and he was really a sensible, respectable, cool guy, to be honest with you. And then he explained, I don't copy people, but his titles might look like he's copying people, but his content really is original, so he doesn't really copy people. I thought he did too, just based off the titles, but in reality, I mean, everybody in the manosphere says the same shit, right? Like when you read titles, they all, like, we've already went over this. Go check my last 10 live streams. They all say the same shit. Shout out Neo Starling in the chat.
Be with the lying, abusive, unfaithful, disloyal alpha male who cheats on her, ghosts her, doesn't hit her up till after midnight, doesn't come over except when he's bored, hides his cell phone, has other girls waiting for him. She'd rather be with that guy than the safe guy, the dangerous, mysterious guy, than the safe, boring guy. Even the good women out there who don't want a guy like that, right? They want the good guy. They want the safe guy. They want the guy with a good job who went to school and, is good to his mom. Even for the good women out there, the few good women out there that want a guy like that, even for them, they have to suppress their natural desire for danger, for adventure, for uncertainty, for the unknown, right? Which is basically what she's going to get with dating the alpha bad boy, just because she never knows what he's going to do next. He's very unpredictable, unlike the safe, boring guy.
Why did he switch over to like a different, like he's narrating over a different video now? Like, why did he do that? Is this supposed to be like dangerous? He switched over to like, they want the danger and the excitement. And now he's narrating over this video. I am pretty sure that he's trying to display danger and excitement and all that.
Guy who is like, she knows his every step, his every move. He's like super duper predictable. So even for the good girl,
you know what I've noticed? Call me a beta, but I don't typically really care. When I'm in a relationship, like a decent long-term relationship, of course, I probably become somewhat predictable, right? She knows my routine. Okay, we all have our routines. We all have the things that we do. She knows what my favorite meal is. And, just like I'm predictable at this point, right? She knows what time I come home, what time I leave, what time I wake up, what time I go to bed, and all that shit, right? So this idea that like being unpredictable is like sexy and it turns women on, I've found it to be the opposite. So when I start changing things up, that's when it like throws a woman off and makes her like not want me more, but like that's what like stirs up the pot to start like fights and shit. It's strange. It's strange that the manosphere guys always promote this shit. It's like the manosphere is very, very good at like, young, like teenage to early 20s relationship dynamics when people are not really man enough to be themselves. Like women are insecure, men are insecure. And it's like, you're relying on like these like games and like these weird little things to try to keep the relationship together. But like in your head, you're overanalyzing things like, did I say the wrong thing? Or did I fuck that up? Or, but as you become an adult, you don't care about those things. You know, you're not really worried about like, oh, fuck, I hope I said that right to turn her on. Oh, man, she's going to think I'm a beta. I've been replying back too quickly. Like when you're secure with yourself, you don't care about any of that shit. But, you know, the manosphere is gonna manosphere.
She has to suppress a lot of her natural born hardwiring and evolutionary desire for the alpha bad boy. She has to suppress that for the safer beta provisioner, because usually it's because she wants to have a family. She wants to be a mother. She doesn't want to be out there at the bars and clubs. It's not really her scene. And I've dated girls like that. It's like, that's just not their scene. They don't want to be there. They might go once in a blue moon for like a girlfriend's birthday party or some kind of event, but she's not there every weekend like a lot of these damaged women and future damaged women are, right? A lot of women who are damaged, a lot of these girls, I'd say overwhelmingly, are former party girls, right? They used to go to these clubs and bars and venues all the time. Whereas the good girl, this is not her scene. So it's not like she doesn't want to date a guy like that. It's not like the guy, like the alpha bad boy, wouldn't get her all hot and heavy, but she's choosing not to. She's suppressing that because her desire to have a family and raise children is much, much more important than her passion for a guy who's like a lying, cheating.
Okay, now I mean, what he's saying isn't necessarily false. But here's the thing. It's not okay, suppress. That's an interesting word to use there, but it's more like sacrifice, right? So if you want to get married, whether you're a man or a woman, you have to sacrifice your single life, right? It's on the chopping block. You sacrifice it, you kill it, it's gone. You no longer have the freedom to do what you did when you were single. So you have to suppress the old you. So for men, it's the same exact thing. So if you're used to fucking a different chick every night, but then you meet a girl and you're like, okay, I want a relationship. I've got to get this shit together. I got to stop fucking different girls every night. I got to take this girl serious. Then you have to suppress your desire to hook up with different girls every night, right? So, you know, if it's a woman that's single and she likes going out and partying, and yeah, when she gets drunk, she becomes a sex pot and she likes attention from chads and she goes home and screws hot guys and does a lot of shit. And then if she wants a relationship, she has to suppress the want to do that. I mean, but that's normal. It's like being an adult. It's called discipline. You're not sacrificing it. You're upgrading it to be a responsible adult in a relationship. True. You know, but the temptation to do that stuff is always going to be there. Like, I mean, every woman, I guarantee you, when she's in a relationship, she's had men from the past reach out to her and she has to, you know, kind of think about it for a second and say, I wish I could, but I can't. I'm in a relationship now. So, you know, there's still that temptation, I think, but I think that's always going to be there.
Abusive jerk, right? As for these women who are damaged, right? Damaged goods, again, they don't have to be over 30 to be damaged. They could be on the road to becoming damaged, right? They could be on the road to becoming former hotties. They could still be in their 20s and they could still, you know, they could be on that trajectory to becoming post-wall DG, right? Damaged goods. Those are the type of women that love the lying, abusive, unfaithful.
I think it's funny that like he uses abbreviations like that. DG. Like, yo, DG, bro. Yo, she's DG, bro. Bro, I heard she's DG. She's damaged goods, bro. It's like, who talks like that? Shout out 33 Secrets. Respect to you and salute to you. Go check out his channel.
Disloyal, I'm banging all your friends behind your back kind of guy, right? Those are the kind of girls that will literally push aside her own SMV to be with a guy like that who's really just destructive and is not going to be a good impact in her life. He's not going to be a good influence in her life, right? And yes, I'm using the term alpha. Obviously, a guy like that is not, we can't really call him alpha. I'm just kind of using that term loosely just to describe that type of guy who is getting this girl, this hot girl, to really push aside like the guys who would be better for him, right? But make no mistake about it. I mean, a lot of these women these days, they've been brainwashed. They've been socially engineered by the mainstream media to believe that, hey, YOLO, I don't need to get married. I don't need to, I don't need the good guy. I don't need to have a family and all this. And then they waste.
That is true. That is 100% true. Women are born with an immense amount of value, and they don't know what kind of value they have. But every time they go out and they spread their legs, they do lose a little bit of that value. And women out there don't want to admit it, but men value, what men value in a woman, I would say in this day and age, the top three things are, does she stay in good shape? Does she have like a genuine loving and caring personality, or is she like just a narcissistic user? And then 3, purity. So like the quality of the person she is, does she stay in good shape, and is she virtuous? If she maintains those 3, she's going to have very high value. If she doesn't, the value is going to go down. And that's not really my words. That's just an accumulation of concentrated data from statistics that I pulled out of my ass. That's an ass pull.
Their prime, like the height of their sexual marketplace value, they waste that, the prime of their physical attractiveness, on these type of guys who deep down in their hearts, they know are never going to stick around. They know are just using them for sex, for money, free place to live, right? They know they're just using them. This is why they end up becoming damaged goods, because they make very, very piss poor decisions when it comes to dating. And you can't feel sorry for these chicks, man. You can't. And you can't be one of those like Captain Save-A-Hose who comes along when she's already like post-wall, DG, damaged goods, in her 30s, and then try to save her because that's what, The View and CNN is telling you what a good man does. No, that's what a stupid man does, okay? That's what a dumb man does. He goes and saves former hotties. And you can never save these chicks, guys. Even you guys who try to save these former hotties, you think you've struck gold because you got this girl in her, it's like 38, still looks good, and you think you struck gold, like she's finally ready to settle down. Yeah, wait till you move in with that chick. Wait till you start dating her and see the kind of bullshit that you'll feel like you're back in high school with the cheating, the lying, the hiding the cell phone, password protecting all of her like electronic.
I don't know about that. See, there's a lot of projection, tons of projection in the manosphere. It's like, wait till you get in a relationship with her and you got to deal with all the lying and the cheating. Brother, my brother, it sounds like the girl you're dealing with is playing you. Okay. You're getting played. And if you're a dating coach and that's what you're projecting to your audience, I don't think you're in the right field. I just don't. Like, if your results aren't good, like if your results with women aren't overwhelmingly positive, abundant, loving, and just amazing, you shouldn't be a dating coach. You shouldn't do it. If your results with women are, these women are all fucking crazy bitches, bro, and they cheat on you and they fight you and they disrespect you and they treat you like shit, these bitches are just delusional. That's your experience. Okay. Your experience is you get disrespected. You are, for some reason, a guy that women have determined unworthy of being respected. You are unworthy of being respected in their eyes. So if you're going to be a dating coach, shouldn't you get that correct first? And why is this the advice? Like when we talk about women and how they are, why is it that we talk about the damaged ones? Because he's acknowledging, he's like, yeah, it's only the damaged ones. But it's like, as a dating coach, shouldn't one of your top priorities be to help men identify red flags in crazy women and damaged women and say, look, if they're damaged, this is what you're going to deal with. So stay away from it. Instead, it's like, yo, here's how you deal with damaged women. You know, you got to fuck them in the ass because her ex did not fuck her in the ass. And you have to make a larger imprint on her. So fuck her in the ass. I don't, they have like these weird ideas of like, you have to, be more alpha than the next guy. So you have to have this like crazy, I don't know, fucking weird thing. But, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Or voicemail, hiding like her social media from you, blocking you so you can't see it. Yeah. You tell me how that works out for you.
Okay. If she hides her social media from you, I will take it a step further. And, I'm not perfect. I've had some pretty bad encounters, just like all of us have, right? Every man and woman has had bad encounters. Doesn't make you a bad person to have a bad encounter. Sometimes the shit just happens, right? But one thing I've noticed is if a woman ever blocks you or deletes you from Snapchat or deletes you from social media, never, ever talk to her again. Unless she's doing it because you cheated on her, or you did something crazy, right? But if just out of the blue, she blocks you or she deletes you, there's one of two things that's taking place. Either one, she has something to hide. So she's blocking you so you can't see what she's doing because she's probably fucking somebody else. Or two, she's just fucking crazy and she plays manipulative, childish games. But there are no other possible answers, okay? Normal people don't just delete you or block you. No, they'll have a conversation with you. They'll be like, hey, this is not working out. So, I think, maybe we should part ways. And I do delete my exes because I don't want them to be a problem for the new person that I'm dating. They'll have an adult conversation with you. But people that just fucking block you and do shit like that, they're usually crazy or they're dishonest.
That's usually your first sign right there is look at the girl's dating history. I mean, that's one thing I would do when I meet a girl is I'll start quizzing her about her dating history. I'll start kind of asking her like, hey, tell me about your last relationship. What was your longest relationship? What was your shortest relationship? What's the youngest guy you've ever dated? What's the oldest guy you ever dated? And then I'll kind of peruse a little deeper and I'll say, why did that relationship end? What happened? What did he do? And if I hear the same story over and over, like, oh, he was cheating on me. Oh, I caught him stealing money from me. Oh, I caught him lying. Oh, he was banging my best friend. Things like that. If you see this pattern of behavior, there's a reason for that. And if you think you're going to come in and turn this hoe into a housewife, you are surely mistaken, Mr.
Okay, I think we can end this one on that note. I don't know what else he could possibly share with us on that. That was some very enlightening information. We'll be back with some other things to react to after these messages.
Would you like one of these?
I think a Tic Tac is clearly better than a Certs.
Oh, yeah.
No, really. With only 1.5 calories, Tic Tac freshens your breath just as well as that does.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Oh. Well, let's see. I'm almost convinced. Oh, right. I am convinced.
Tic Tac,
I'm gone, mister, for now.
the incredible 1.5 calorie breath mint.
Now this is the fierce snake, the most venomous snake in the world. One bite from him and it's all over. No! No worries, mate. Luckily, we've had the anti-venom sent from America via FedEx. In my line of work, if you're not absolutely sure, you're absolutely dead. Oh, crikey. It appears we've used a different courier who hasn't arrived yet. It's okay because...
I don't know how you do it. I put together some really impressive deals. But this thing you've pulled off, it's amazing. A big and tasty for just $1? How do you do it? What's your secret?
Got a buck? You're in luck. Because you can get a delicious beefy big and tasty, a McChicken sandwich, and lots of your other favorites on McDonald's Dollar Menu every day.
Together, Grimace, we could own this town.